with another episode, man. You already know what it is. Come on, say it with me.
I don't know if you know, but I need you to know. Yeah, I need you to know. Yeah, I need you to know. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know. But just in case you need to hear from the queen. Hold up, shh, wait. Young man, you a king. I just don't know. I don't know if you know. Young man, you a king. I just don't know. I don't know if you know. Young man, you a king.
Yes. Back with another episode, man. Wise Words Wednesdays. Great topic. Faithful over few. Faithful over few. A lot of us out here, I know I was one of them, asking for more when we can't even be faithful over the less. Man, look, it's gonna challenge you, but I'm gonna give you three things. that'll put you on your way to receiving that more that you asked for. To receiving that more that you asked for, I want to go to a story in the Bible, Luke chapter 19, verse 16 and 17, and it reads, "When he returned, having received the kingdom, he ordered these servants to whom he had gave the money to be called to him, that he might know what they had gained by doing business. The first came before him, saying, Lord, your mina has made 10 minas more. And he said to him, Well done, good servant. Because you have been faithful in very little, you shall have authority over 10 cities." So basically what this is saying is, God only bless you with what you have proven to be faithful over. What have you been faithful over? To what degree have you been faithful over it? Now, before we go forward, I got to break down what faithful means. Faithful is not just doing something over and over again, just to say you're being faithful over it. That's not what faithful is. That is the action of faithfulness. But being faithful is actually a heart position. Because now, if I'm dedicated, if I'm devoted, if I'm true-hearted to being faithful over this thing, that means no matter what comes my way, I'm going to continue to be faithful over it. See, a couple of synonyms for faithful is true-hearted, which is what I just said, and devoted. If I'm true-hearted to it, if I'm devoted to it, then no matter what way the wind blows, I'm going to stay devoted to it. So it's not enough to just say, well, I'm in my marriage, so I'm being faithful. Or I'm on the job, I'm being faithful. But you show up to work with an attitude every morning. You in your marriage, yeah, you being faithful. You've been married for 30 years, but you only been faithful for 5. And I'm not saying faithful in the sense that you've been cheating for 25. Is you haven't been faithful in giving your spouse everything that God has said that you should give them according to the word of God. Like you haven't been faithful over. You haven't been faithful over giving your spouse emotional support. You haven't been faithful over them giving them mental support. You haven't been faithful over them doing your part around the house. Yeah, you showed up. Yeah, you've been there for 30 years. Yeah, you've been there for 10 years, 5 years. But have you been faithful? Have you been devoted to them? Have you been sold out? Understand what faithful is. You just cannot say, I'm being faithful over my few, and you just doing it all lackadaisical. You just doing it with no passion behind it. No commitment, but no heart, no true motive behind it. Like, it's more than just the action. But I know if I did my wife like that, she gonna pull me to the side like, say, partner, you gotta get it together. Yeah, you here, but you might as well be not here because of how you acting. All right, so understand that being faithful is more than just an act. It is something that is within you. It is something that drives you to be faithful over something, all right? Number 2, I have to have you know it says faithful over few for a reason. You have to be faithful over few, just like some of your parents, just like some of y'all that have kids. You are not going to give your kids more responsibility than they have proven that they can handle. You're not going to give them a curfew that says they can come home at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. when they ain't even shown that they can come home at 11:30. Right? So I want you to start off small. Me and my wife, we have a faithful over few board right now in our bedroom, and we start off small. Some of what I have on mine is make the bed. Every morning. Some of what I have on mine is doing the dishes every day. See, we try to go outside the home to be faithful, but God has said, it's stuff that you can be faithful over right there in your home, right there with your spouse, right there with your kids. Take Malia on a date night every Tuesday. It's stuff right there in your possession that you can be faithful over. Question is, what do you see it as? Is it valuable enough for you to be faithful over it? Are you going to use that to prove to me that you can be faithful over what I've given, placed in your possession, placed in your stewardship, under your care? Like, stop looking for the big stuff. Do the small stuff. All right, and check this out. I need you to understand that it's not something that you have to do. Hear me, please hear me on this. It's easy to get up and it's not easy to get up and go to work, but you understand you gotta get up and go to work. You gotta eat. Yeah, that's a given. You understand you gotta take a bath every day. That's not being faithful. I'm gonna be faithful over taking a bath every day. Nah, I'm gonna be faithful over washing my face every day. Nah. It has to be something that you really don't have to do, that is not going to benefit you, but it's going to benefit other people too. So be faithful over those things. Like, it's easy to say, to pick something that you already know you need to do every day. Pick something that, I don't really have to do this, but just because of the position it's going to put me and my family in, or me and my friend in, or me and this person in, I'm going to do it every day to the best of my ability. And it don't have to be big, man. Start out small, like start out small. Like, please start out small. I let toilet seat down every morning. Every time I'm done with, let toilet seat down. I can't stress to y'all men enough that it's big for women. Let the toilet seat down. Not every woman probably think it's big, but some of them say, man, let the toilet seat down. Now, your wife, she screaming 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. She done fell in the toilet. It's all because you forgot to let the toilet seat down. Man, be faithful over that, right? Be faithful over that. If you've been faithful, if you look at me and say, man, Forte, I've been doing all that. Like, Forte, I've been doing this. I done chose to do something I ain't have to do. Like, I've been faithful over it for 2 or 3 months. Like, I've been doing that. But I'm still waiting for my more. I'm still waiting for my much. I'm still waiting for him to bless me with more now that I have proven. Look, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't go out the next day looking for the tree. You do what it takes to allow it to grow underground, make that connection that it has to make underground so that it can be strong enough to grow up. Look, just keep going, man. Keep going. Even when you can't see it, man, keep going, because I'm telling you, it's going to work. It is going to happen. There's a story about a CEO, and he was about to step down because he was getting old, getting tired, them checks start coming in. And he old now. He took 3 of his most dedicated people in his company, and he sat them down. He said, look, I'm about to step down. Look, I'm about to get a position, but before I get a position, I want y'all to do something for me. So he gave them each 1 seed. And he said, here, next year I'm stepping down. On this day, I'm going to step down on this day. So what I want you to do, I want you to take this home, plant it, water it, feed it, do whatever you have to do for these seeds to grow. And when you come back, I am going to give the position. I'm going to judge the plants. I'm going to judge the flowers that grew from the seed. And I'm going to give my position, my CEO position, based off what I see. So they was like, all right, cool. So one dude named Jim, he took it home. A week passed, he didn't see nothing. As expected. It's only a week. 2 or 3 months passed. He said, dang, I'm still not seeing nothing. 6 months, he's still being faithful, still watering it, still feeding it. He didn't see nothing. So a year come back, and then he go into the office. He go into the office with the other 2 dudes. Other 2 dudes walking there with great flowers. I'm talking about flowers way up to here. Look good, smell good, and all that. Pretty, colors and everything. CEO said, Jim, can you come up here with me, please? He said, all right, cool. I got you. What's up? He said, the CEO position is yours. He said, huh? My flower didn't even grow. He said, exactly. He said, what you don't understand is I boiled the seeds before I gave them to you, so I killed whatever was on the inside of the seed. So how these other 2 guys got their flowers, they took out the seed because they knew it wasn't growing. They took out the seed I gave them, put their seed in it, and came back and tried to fool me. But see, little did I know, I was judging your integrity. I was judging your faithfulness over what I have given you. And now that you have brought me back nothing, you have brought me back the same thing that I have given you, I ain't afraid to make you rule over much. So look, man, y'all keep going. It may look like nothing is growing. It may look like your efforts are shooting into the breeze. It may look like that everything you're doing is for nothing. You might not even see the fruits of your labor, but I'm telling you, God is watching you, and he is going to reward you. Be sure to not do it so that you can get the rewards from people. Don't do it to please people. Don't do it so that people can see you doing what is right to do, because the Bible says when they see, you will receive your reward when you are doing it for those things. What you have to do, you need to do it for your Father who sees in secret. And so now, if I'm doing everything just to be seen by people, I want to do it to get 10 hand claps, and that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get 10 hand claps. But God says, don't look at me after you get the 10 hand claps that you were looking for, because that's what you wanted. You never wanted it from me in the first place. So I gave you what you wanted. I gave you. You got the 10 hand claps. Don't come to me. But now when you do it for me, when you do it for my kingdom, oh, watch out, because I'm finna rain it down. I'm finna rain down the blessings. But I need you to do your work. I need you to be faithful over the few that I have given you. Okay, so number one, we got to start out small. You don't have to look for nothing big. Start out small. Start off with something that you don't have to do, but it'll put you and your family in a better position. Start out small. It's around the house. Number two, if you've seen it, if you're doing it, if you're being faithful, keep going. Even if you can't see it, just be faithful. Be faithful. And number three, I can't stress this enough, because a lot of people get up to that big time position and they look back and act like they never struggled before, and they see somebody in their same position, then they act like they can't help them. Squash that. Number three, reach back and help those that are in the position that you used to be in. I'm telling you, it is biblical to help. We are designed to help. We are created in God's image. We are designed to love people like that is what it is. 1 John chapter 3, verse 17 says, but if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? Proverbs 3:28. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come again tomorrow, I will give it, when you have it with you. So now that this is in the Bible, we understand that this is the right thing to do. When you see somebody in need, help them out, right? It's in the Word. I just showed you. It's the right thing to do. James 4:17. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him, it is sin. So it is sinful to understand where God brought you from. And the Bible clearly states, reach back and help those people. Don't send them back and say, I ain't got it, when you got it with you. Reach back. I don't care if you give them knowledge, you give them food, give them money, whatever it is. Reach back and give them the same thing that was given to you and help them up just like you were helped up. And even Jesus said, go ye therefore and make disciples. He would never charge you to do something that you're not capable of doing. Everything that comes from a seed produces the same seed from which it came. Everything that comes from a seed produces the same seed from which it came. You were faithful. You stayed the course. You didn't give up. Now it's time to reach back and help those people, because you got everything in you to duplicate that process. You got every seed. You got that seed in you. You can drop seeds in other people to help them. And then when they get it, they going to help people. And it's a cycle that repeats itself all the way down through history. And guess what? It started with you. That's another episode of Wise Words Wednesday, man. Be faithful over your few, and he'll make you rulers over much.